Welcome back to the show. It is National EMS Appreciation Week, and we want to take a moment here to highlight our local first responders, all the hard work that goes into those jobs. So for that, we have Scott Wifall joining us here in studio this morning. Scott is an instructor in EMS, and I know there are so many responsibilities when someone arrives on a scene as a first responder. Can you talk about some of those responsibilities for us?
Sure. First, we've got to find the patient. So that may be as simple as walking in the front door and finding somebody and sitting at their kitchen table. It may be accessing a car that's in a ravine. So we have to find the patient, perform our primary assessment. Are there any life threats? Is there major bleeding that needs to be stopped? Do we need to manage an airway? Do we need to ventilate somebody? Once the primary assessment, we find and fix those major life threats, so we've got to decide, are we going to continue treatment here? Are we going to move to the ambulance? How are we going to move to the ambulance? Once we're into the ambulance, then we continue all of that assessment and treatment. Which hospital are we going to go to? And then we continue, we call the hospital, say, hey, we're coming.
Right.
And once we get to the hospital, then we're going to tell the receiving staff a story about what we found, what we did, and what were the results.
We've talked before on the show about a shortage of first responders right now. Can you confirm whether or not that's true? And assuming it is, what can be done to address that shortage?
Yeah, there is, definitely. And I think the shortage is primarily at the rank of the paramedic certification. What we're trying to do at Red Rocks Community College is kind of build an on-ramp, if you will, to get students ready for the rigor of paramedic school. Paramedic school is 1,500 to 2,000 hours, often in maybe as little as 7 to 8 months. It's a lot of material very quickly. So we start students off, first semester is EMT.
Okay. And
then a lot of our students will continue on to the second semester with advanced EMT. And then they will start working in industry, working on an ambulance, for instance. And with this aspiration of going to paramedic school, we have a paramedic prep program, which is pretty unique for us. And it's both a classroom and a simulation-based program, along with gen eds and science-specific courses to really build a base for them to be successful with the rigors. We talk about paramedic school as you're kind of drinking from a fire hydrant. And this program kind of slows that hydrant down.
Okay.
And allows that material to be really manageable. Okay. And a lot of our former students who have successfully completed paramedic school come back and teach in our program, and they're like, yep, I was well prepared, I enjoyed it, and not only come back to teach with us, but they're often now leaders within their own organizations.
Again, Scott is an instructor at Red Rocks Community College. What inspired you to be a teacher of this profession?
When I became a career firefighter EMT in Minnesota, I'm from the Twin Cities, we had a paramedic from the ambulance that served our city, and she was our educator. She was passionate, excited about teaching. She really taught us the why behind the what, and gave me a lot of confidence as a provider. And so I've been teaching at Red Rocks since 1997. Part-time, and then when I retired from the fire department in 2023, I became full-time faculty. And it's we all got to this wherever we're at because of other people, and I just like the opportunity to be able to give back to the next generation.
We only have about 30 seconds left here, Scott. Can you just talk about maybe one or two things that makes a career in an EMS profession so rewarding?
The ability to get called into people's lives when, and especially in EMS, the pre-hospital side, where they need it. They don't need a reservation, they don't need a deposit, they don't have to have insurance. They call 911 and we show up. And it's a team of people who are dedicated to provide the very best care and help that we can. I think it's an honor and a privilege to be called into people's lives at that moment. And now to be able to teach others to be able to do that, I feel really privileged.
Well, we're going to thank all of our first responders this morning. Thank you for what you do, and thank you, Scott, for teaching the next generation of first responders.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right.